Hello, Namaskar. This is Dr. Shyam Mithya. I am psychiatrist, sexologist, and counselor practicing in Mumbai. It was very sad and unfortunate incident what happened yesterday with Sushant Singh Rajput. But do we need such shocking incidents to understand the importance of mental health? According to recent numbers, 1 in every 7 Indians is suffering through some or other mental illness. 1 in every 7, that is almost 15 to 20 crore Indians. Almost one in every family is suffering through some or the other mental illness. What do you feel? How many of them are actually aware that they are suffering through something? Or how many of them are aware and seeking some help or taking some action on their problem or on their illness? I don't think we have enough psychiatrists, sexologists, or mental health professionals to face this epidemic right now. We need major movement, major mental health movement where we will try to spread awareness, and we need your support in this. It is high time that mental health is given as equal importance as physical health. It is high time that I think schools should start a subject like mental health wellness. They have subjects like physical training. Then why not subjects like mental health training? We need to teach kids life skills, coping skills, how to face rejection, how to face failure, how to face adversity, how to be more resilient. We need to teach all these subjects, all these qualities to kids. Schools can have exams at the end of the year so that students are actually doing it, and when they'll do it, they'll definitely implement those qualities in their life. And when they are equipped with these qualities, they'll be definitely more stronger mentally and emotionally, and they'll be more prepared for the adversities they might face in the future. If a person is suffering through tuberculosis or malaria, and that person rejects treatment, that I don't want to take treatment, and if that leads to the death, then we'll be really sad, right? That it was completely preventable. If that person would have taken treatment, he would have been fine. Exactly in the same way, mental health illness and mental illness treatments, they are possible. 9 out of 10 times suicide is completely preventable. If we address the underlying mental health illness, then suicide is preventable. So there are these mental illnesses which can have suicidal symptoms: depression, schizophrenia, obsessive compulsive disorder, anxieties. All these can present with suicidal symptoms. When these illnesses are clubbed with substance abuse, then the chances of suicide can go threefold high. And we know when the person is suffering, they would want to mask their symptoms with all these substance use. So the chances are threefold high. So what are the signs where we can come to know, okay, person is thinking like this and there are chances that he might do something like this? Cry for help. The person might feel hopeless, helpless, worthless, that there's no point in living, I cannot do anything, there's no point, I won't be able to change anything. He or she might be more irritable, angry, avoiding social contact, avoiding phone calls, fantasizing afterlife, fantasizing, starting to speak of plans for death. What if I disappear? What if I do something like this? What if I don't exist after 1 year? So these are the signs we can tell that person is definitely suffering and he or she needs some help. There are some certain myths around mental illness and suicide. One is for family members and friends. They feel that if they talk to person, then they might be inserting idea of suicide in their mind. That is not true. If you're talking to a person, he or she will be able to vent out, they'll be able to express, they'll be able to share their feelings, and that can be definitely a tool where they feel more comfortable and they are ready to seek help. They can feel more stronger to seek help with that if they have the family support or friend support. uh, People who have suicidal thoughts, they feel that if they do this, this will be end, and everyone else will be happy. I don't think so. When they do such things, the family members or friends or close people, they'll be mentally, physically, financially more burdened and more under guilt. So that's definitely not a solution. What are the treatments? Or what are the things a family member or friends can do? Listen to them, let them speak, let them vent out, let them speak their heart out. Sharing the feelings can definitely help initially. Tell them that you care, the person matters to you. Show them your feelings, show them your love, care, compassion. Tell them that they matter to you. Having a friend circle apart from your professional colleagues, that definitely helps. You feel more grounded and you're more open to them. Last but not least, a mental health consult definitely helps. Go to psychiatrist, go to psychologist, go to counselor, speak your heart out. That will help you understand what is going wrong, what is the illness, and help you fix the problem better. I don't know how much this video will help or how much change it will bring in. But we as a mental health professionals are here to help. But we need your support. We need your togetherness with us to spread the awareness and to destigmatize mental health issues and destigmatize mental health treatments. Even if one person is watching this video and he or she feels comfortable and he or she seeks help and feels better, my job is done. I have done my part. But have you done yours? Are you ready to share? I would request you to share this video on your Instagram, on your Facebook, on your Twitter, and understand one thing. Even if there's one person in your friend list or friend's friend list who's watching this video and he or she feels comfortable after the video in seeking help and fixing their problem, I think our work is done. Jai Hind. Thank you.